And the same thing happened when we saw 9/11. That was because of the United States involvement in the first Gulf War, and had a long-term effect.
You're blaming the U.S.
I'm
for
not
9/11?
blaming the United States. I'm saying that.
Sounds like
I'm
it.
saying that what? Well, let me finish. I'm
like
saying that when we take actions across the world, that there are consequences that we don't anticipate that can happen years later. And so when we wonder why people are coming after us and attacking us, because maybe because we were attacking them.
I just want to go back to 9/11 for a second. The idea that the United States had it coming
Never said that.
is
Never
insane.
said that. Don't put words in my mouth.
You
Just
did.
No, no, no,
You
just
literally
I
invoked it.
never said
You
that.
literally
invoked it.
Let's have a no conversation. Let's have a no conversation.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not going to allow you to
said-
sit here and lie about
you
what I just said.
we did something and that caused it.
Scott, I don't even know why you're.
I mean, we're going to roll the tape later, and everybody
Because
can.
the reason I know why you're doing this, because this allows you to deflect attention from the fact that your president, Donald Trump, has no idea what he's doing in Iran. He's caused the death.
he does.
He's caused the deaths of 7 U.S. service members, of 140, as I
He
said,
caused it?
170
but he's
school
commander
children,
in
You don't
and
think Iran caused it?
140 injuries in this country of U.S. service members as well. We've got American citizens who are stranded in the Middle East.
You're talking about. Wow, so now Trump is to blame and not Iran and their evil regime? What a damn joke. Here we have these CNN dimwits implying that all of this falls on Trump's lap while barely acknowledging Iran's long track record of aggression and terror. And then they go even further, suggesting the September 11 attacks are somehow tied to U.S. actions like the Gulf War. Like what? Are you serious? Why does it always feel like America gets the blame first and our adversaries second? I mean, why is it that these lefties never place accountability on the actual actors carrying out violence attacks? It's always framed as blowback or consequences, but never as deliberate choices by hostile regimes. So now they want us to believe that America defending itself invites attacks? That strength is actually the problem? No, it's not. It always seems like these people are against us, no matter what we do.
I don't understand your vibe. We're at war with people who have been at war with the Western civilization for 47 years, and you appear to me to be, sort of cheering against American success. I hate to break it to you, but for 47 years, they have killed American troops, maimed American personnel, waged war on the civilized world. They have missiles, they have drones, and they told our own negotiators they have material for 11 nuclear bombs. Does this not seem imminent to you?
This is a false choice, Scott, you push. You can be against Iran, all the terrorism they support. You can be against Maduro and toppling them. But when it comes
You just don't want to do anything about it.
Let me finish. But when it comes down to strapping your kids and sending them off to war and spilling their blood and adding billions and trillions of dollars to our national debt, whenever we have our problems here at home, healthcare is out of control, our roads are crumbling, we have a lot of problems here at home. So to
that's the false choice.
He sounds a lot like
this is the false choice.
Hold on. Maybe you want to engage in endless war, Scott. I don't. I don't really want to engage in another Iraq or Afghanistan, even though President Trump set out that he wouldn't do this. And now he's changed his tune. So this has broad bipartisan support. I think Republicans are appalled that he's doing this.
That's false. That is 100% false.
Okay, well,
we have a pollster sitting right over there. She'll tell you.
That all Republicans are in support of this.
It is true that Republicans are generally behind Trump right now, but
the problem is that the administration has shifted its definition, or at least its explanation, multiple times out of the president's mouth and other people. And I think that level of uncertainty is what's making people.
I think this might be the third time I've said this on the air in the last week. What if you're explaining your losing?
And no,
Wait, which is it, Casey? You say you want explanations, but then when you get explanations, you say that's losing. It's been clear.
Scott,
They
that
have
is not fair.
They have an aggressive navy. They have a nuclear
Yes, they have
ambition.
they have all
have
these things. What
drones.
I'm saying
they have
is
missiles, and they export
the President
terrorism,
of
and
the
they
United
say debt to
States-
America. It's
President of the United States has had a number of different types of explanations. He has mentioned many of the things you just laid out
Can they
at
all be
different
true?
points.
Yeah, and I think
I don't want to be spending money over in that area or packing up men and women in boxes and sending them back home to their families over something like this. And as my generation who went over to Iraq and Afghanistan, it's still fresh in their mind. Maybe you want to go to war with countries. There are a lot of bad actors around the entire world, but we have our own problems at home.
All right.
Yeah, we do have our own problems at home, and nobody wanted this war. But that doesn't mean we just ignore reality, because Iran has been officially designated a state sponsor of terrorism since 1984 and has maintained that label for decades straight. It's crazy. How do they just leave that part out of the conversation? How do you talk about conflict without acknowledging that history? You have to ask, are they having an honest discussion here, or just picking and choosing what facts to include? Because the truth is this: Trump's objective is to weaken a hostile regime and to disrupt its capabilities. And last I checked, we are doing exactly that.
We're in the middle of the second week of this. We have pummeled their offensive capabilities. We have destroyed nearly all of their air defenses. I mean, I think we are currently meeting our objectives. I think the issue you raised
about
about
our objectives?
No nukes, no missiles and drones, no aggressive Navy, no exporting of terrorism.
Based on what?
Period.
Based on what intelligence? Based on what evidence?
You don't think Iran is the largest state sponsor of terror, that they pursue nuclear weapons, that they have missiles and drones, and they have an aggressive Navy?
What's the evidence that we've met those objectives?
Yeah.
How do you know what it is?
Well, we have a severe, in the daily Pentagon briefings, we get a mathematical calculation of the degradation of the number of missiles and drones they've been able to fire. Number two, we have an account. Yes, we have.
Well,
we have an accounting.
Building new missiles and drones every day. They have talked about their capacity.
We have an accounting every day of how many ships we've sunk, and so
sure,
we are.
But I guess I wonder, the two perhaps most important.
They constantly harass ships.
The two most important elements of this are going to be the nukes and this idea that are they going to export terrorism. I don't think we've seen any evidence that either of those two things have actually been halted.
I think the nuclear, just to answer your question, to me, the nuclear piece is the most important piece. The president set a red line. I'm never going to permit them to have nuclear weapons. They went to the table with our negotiators, and their opening position was,
where are they?
We have the material to do 11.
Yeah, I get
that's what we have to take away.
I get that we know that they said that they had it, but I'm asking, do we know that we've destroyed it? Do we have it in our possession?
No. Do they ever stop with the constant pushback? I swear, it's like begging a child to eat their vegetables. No matter what you put in front of them, it's never enough. Based on what evidence? Based on what intelligence? They keep repeating it like nothing counts unless it fits their narrative. Do they not realize we have ongoing Pentagon briefings, daily assessments, and visible degradation of capabilities? At what point does that qualify as evidence? Or is the standard just moving every single time? An answer is giving. It feels like deliberate denial of anything that contradicts their position. It's so crazy how they fight against Trump instead of commending him for taking out a threat.
انتقامی از آنها خواهیم گرفت که روزشان را تبدیل به شام سیاه خواهد کرد. همرزمانش راه او را به فضل خدا ادامه میدهند و به فضل خدا خواب راحت را از چشم ترامپ و از نابش خواهند رو بود. الان وقتشه که مقاومت به آمریکایی ها با عمل بگویند یانکی ها گورتان را گم کنید.
Wow, how crazy is that? I bet a lot of these people aren't saying that anymore. Good riddance. It's honestly wow when you step back and look at it. This is what they're upset about. That's the part that doesn't add up. Instead of focusing on the actual threat, their conversation keeps circling back to criticizing Trump. What we're witnessing is pure nonsense. I mean, it's almost unbelievable. These lefties bend over backwards, twist themselves into pretzels, trying to explain away reality. Instead of calling it like it is, they pivot every single time to blame America first. It's so damn predictable. It's actually tiring, and frankly, it's embarrassing. Scott is absolutely right. For decades, we've been dealing with a regime that has funded terror, threatened our allies, and openly chanted against the United States. And that, my friend, is not an opinion. That's a fact with a capital F.
Our president has guts. Iran's stubborn and self-evident nuclear pursuits, their targeting of global shipping lanes, and their swelling arsenal of ballistic missiles and killer drones are no longer tolerable risks. Iran was building powerful missiles and drones to create a conventional shield for their nuclear blackmail ambitions. Let me say that again. A conventional shield for their nuclear blackmail ambitions. Our bases, our people, our allies, all in their crosshairs. Iran had a conventional gun to our head as they tried to lie their way to a nuclear bomb. It almost worked under Obama and his terrible deal, but not under this president. Turns out the regime who chanted death to America and death to Israel was gifted death from America and death from Israel.
Exactly right. Trump did what no other president dared to do. Stop the damn threat. So why is it that these people love moving the goalposts? Trump shows progress? Not good enough. Trump provides evidence? Not convincing. Trump explains the strategy? They still question it. I mean, what exactly do they want? Because it sure doesn't sound like they're interested in solutions. It sounds like they're interested in opposing everything Trump does. It's crazy. These people are so damn emotional and completely disconnected from what's actually happening. At some point, you've got to stop and say, enough is enough. What a damn joke. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.